The Taxpayer First Act of 2019. The House approved the proposed bipartisan bill that would stop the IRS from creating its own free tax prep software, leaving most to use paid products from companies and services like TurboTax and H&R Block. Why would lawmakers want to stop that? According to the publication ProPublica, there's already a formal agreement with the private tax industry group. The IRS promises it won't create its own filing system, and in exchange, those private companies offer free filing services if you make less than $66,000 a year. The proposed Taxpayer First Act makes that deal permanent. Critics say the corporate tax lobby is influencing lawmakers, claiming if the IRS offers free software, it could put private companies out of business. But the Washington Post says the IRS already offers low-income taxpayers a program to file for free, but only 2% of eligible people use it because most people don't know about it. Georgia Congressman John Lewis also points to the proposed measure's other benefits, like improved services, protections during enforcement, and enhancing the appeals process for taxpayers. Well, a spokesman for Congressman Lewis told the Washington Post that other lawmakers with objections were persuaded to see that stopping the bill based on one issue would likely kill other more acceptable or pleasing parts of that legislation. Jeff?
All right, Jennifer, thank you.